Hi guys, Mike here at MH Tutorials. Welcome back. Sorry I've been out a few days, been a bit sick, but we're back on track. So today we're going to do a modeling tutorial and we are going to model a cupcake. Okay, I got a request to see if I can do some food topics. So that's what we're going to do today. All right, we're going to start off with a polygon cylinder. We're going to drag that out in the middle of our grid and give that just a little height, not too much. And then in our polycylinder tab, we're going to increase subdivisions to 50, like so. And let's see, we are going to add a cap, so 2 in total, okay? Then we're going to right click, go to edge, double click on that guy, hit R to scale out, and scale it out close to the edge, right there. Hit Q on your keyboard, switch to your top view, and now we're going to right click and go to vertex, and we're going to select every other set of vertices. And don't click on them, drag select them to make sure you have them from the top and the bottom, okay? I'll just quickly pause the video, go around, and be back in a sec. All right, guys, there we are. So these are all selected. We're going to hit R, and we're going to scale that in to get this shape. All right, there we go. Then we're going to go back to our perspective view. We're going to right click, go to face. We're going to zoom in and we're going to click and shift double click to select that outer face row. All right. We're going to go to edit mesh, extrude under face. We're going to hit W and we're going to pull that up to about that height, maybe a bit more. Okay. And then we're going to hit R and we're going to scale that out to create that typical cupcake shape. All right. There we go. Then for the top of our cupcake, we are going to, well, actually it's not the top because we're going to do whipped cream on it and so forth. We'll take a sphere, pull that out. Let's set our translate values to 0. So it's nice and centered. Let's check to see if this guy is centered as well, and it is. We're going to hit W, we're going to pull that up. And from our top view, we're going to start to scale this out quite a bit. And we're going to give it a little bit more subdivision. So let's do 40 by 40. And one of these two guys seem to be off center. So I'm just going to hit 4 for wireframe mode. Now I have a high number of subdivisions, so looks like our sphere is good and this guy is not. So we're simply going to get in there and we're going to hit W to move, and we're going to hit V and snap that. There we go. That's better. All right. Okay. So we're going to check this from various views because what we're going to do is we're going to flatten this out. So first we're going to take it, we're going to bring it up. And we actually have a pretty high count here, maybe a bit too. Oh, there you go. I had 404 instead of 40, a bit much. Okay, we're going to cut off half of the sphere. So we're going to go to this view, right click face. Let's drag, select half of it and hit delete. And then we're going to right click, go to object mode, select that guy, and we're going to hit R, and we're going to start to scale that down until we get kind of a top like that. Hit W, bring that in, and just hit F to zoom in. And we need to bring this down a little bit so it's sitting inside, but it's not going through the side walls. Okay, like that. And then you can decide to extrude it downwards if you want, but that's not really necessary now. Okay. Now we are going to tweak the surface a little bit. Most of this we're not going to see because of the whipped cream, but nevertheless, we're going to right click, go to vertex. We're going to hit B on our keyboard to select our soft select. And we're just going to drag certain areas. Let's just see how big our scope is. So I'm going to hold down the B key on my keyboard and left click and drag. And you can see I can influence the impacted area. Okay. So I'm just going to take this area and I'm going to push it down a little bit, pull that up a little, just to make it look a little bit irregular. Okay. Because after all, it's cake and it's not, you know, it's not metal. Okay. And you can tweak this as long as you want, but just to get a starting point. Okay. Now, so we got that. Now what we can do is actually, let's see, are we going to texture this yet? No, not yet. Okay. Let's deal with the whipped cream. Okay, that is a bit tricky. So we are going to take a polygon cylinder once again. Let's give that a little height. Set our translate values to 0 once again. So it's centered. Let's bring that up. And we need to figure out how wide we want our whipped cream to be. So let's do something like this. Okay. Now, for the whipped cream, we need to have a twist going on, and we need to have um, indentations, if you will. Okay. So first, what we're going to do is we're going to increase subdivision to 40. I'd almost want to go a bit higher than that, but we'll do this to start. Okay, so 40, and then let's see what else. We're going to start by going to right-click face. Just hit B to turn off my soft select. And I'm just going to go around and select every other face. Try to do that fairly quickly. And again, it's important to have an equal number. And we're going to go, let's see if we are going to extrude or not. First, I'm going to try it without extrude. So just hit R. Okay, obviously that's not working. So we're going to go to Edit Mesh, Extrude under Face, and we're going to do this. All right, there we go. And it looks a bit weird, but I'll explain later. Okay. All right, then we're going to right click, go to face, and we're going to select these top faces. Hit 5. Just make sure we have all of them. Oops. Okay, so we got all that. Just hit 4 for wireframe mode to make sure that we didn't select anything that we didn't want to select. And it looks like we have down here. So just right click object mode. Let's see what's going on there. Just quickly fix that, guys. Right click face. Let's just bring that back into where it needs to be. All right. Sorry about that. Okay, so I'll just quickly repeat the steps here. I'll just pause and see you guys in a sec. All right, there we go. Then we're going to go to Edit Mesh, Extrude under Face. We're going to hit W, we're going to pull that up to roughly the same height, and we're going to hit R, and we're going to scale that in a little bit. Okay, G to repeat, W to pull up, and R to scale in. G to repeat, W to pull up, and R to scale in. G to repeat, W to pull up, and R to scale in. And let's see, we'll check this from this view right here, which is a bit easier. Okay, G to repeat, W to pull up, and R to scale in. G to repeat, W to pull up, R to scale in, G to repeat, and W to pull up, R to scale in, almost there, G to repeat, W to pull up, and R to scale in. Okay. Now, that doesn't look like whipped cream yet, but we're not there yet, so no worries. Okay. Next, what we're going to do is we are going to create a lattice, and we're going to create some twist. Now, we need to have a lattice that suits this division. Okay. So let's just quickly count these. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's see if we can make that work. Okay. So right click object mode, select that. We're going to go to our animation. We're going to go to create deformers and lattice. There we go. Alrighty. And then we are going to right click, go to lattice point. And let's see what our best angle is for this. We'll try it here. Okay. So we're going to leave the bottom stationary, right? We're going to drag select everything with the exception of the bottom row here. And we're going to hit E, and we're going to start to rotate. Okay. Then we're going to skip a row, and we're going to rotate some more. Then we're going to skip another row, rotate some more, skip another row. You know, you get the idea. Okay. Skip one more. Skip one more. One more. Especially with the last one, you need to be careful that we're not getting overlapping UVs. Okay. So right click object mode. Let's just check this shape out. It's not bad. Okay. So now with this selected, we're going to go to edit, delete by type history, which will get rid of our lattice. Okay. And this still looks a bit clunky, but keep in mind, we're going to smooth this. So if we hit 3 on our keyboard, it's going to look like this, which is very, very different. All right. Now, let's bring this guy down a bit. And let's see if we need to scale it in or not. Now, we can still see a little bit of our cake. We can see our whipped cream, so that's not bad. Okay. Now, okay, what else do we got? What we can do is we can add little pieces of chocolate, something like that. Okay. So we're just going to create a small little cube here. I'm going to scale this guy down quite a bit, so don't worry. F to zoom in, right click vertex, and we're just going to take these vertices, and they're going to be very small, so don't worry about it too much. Just make sure that they are not square, because that looks unnatural. Okay, we'll push that one up, maybe something like that. Okay, right click object mode. Let's bring that up and in, oops, and in. Check it from our top view. And what we're going to do is we're going to see if we can put a few of these in, make them very, very small. So hit R, scale down, F to zoom in, W to bring them in, just on random locations, okay? And when you copy them over, so hit Control D to copy, make sure obviously they're not at the same location, so different heights, and also rotate them. So it looks a little bit more natural. Okay, Control D, W to pull up. Let's bring that in here. Let's see where I'm at. There we go. And again, rotate that a little bit. Okay, we'll do one more. Control D. Let's push one down here somewhere. I have to zoom in. Okay, we'll push that one a little bit over here. Bring it out just a little. And again, rotate that guy just slightly. Okay, now at this point, let's see about how we're going to render this guy in what position. So we're going to create a bookmark. So I'm going to go to View, Bookmark, Edit Bookmark, and we'll just call this New and Close. There we go. Okay, now we're going to start by giving this guy some texture. Right click, Assign New Material. Just give that a sec. He's thinking about it. Now, I don't want this to be too shiny because it's kind of a paper material. Um, uh, but nevertheless, what I'll do is I'll do a blend. And we are going to change this to pink. Now, I'm not quite sure if that's pink, but I'm not an expert on pink color. I never use it, so maybe that. Okay. Now, for our chocolate bits, and we're not going to render it from this side, so we're just going to deal with these sections here. Assign a material. Let's do a non-reflective, so let's do a Lambert. And we'll just come up with something that is close to the color of chocolate, and that looks about right, I think. Okay. Now for our cake, assign a material, Lambert. I'm going to take a 2D file, so I'm going to hit my checker box here. And he's thinking about it. Hopefully I clicked it okay. Yeah, oh, there we go. And we're going to hit File. He's lagging a bit. Just give me a sec, guys. Yeah, there we go. And let's see. I have a file, and I think I call that thing cake texture. There we go. Okay, let's hit our checkered box here so we can check it out. Now we need to check the UV, so we're going to select this guy. We're going to go back to our polygon menu, and let's go to create UVs, and we'll try automatic mapping. Let's see how that works out for us. It doesn't always work out okay. It's even kind of hard to see right now, but we'll go to edit UVs, UV texture editor, and what we'll do is we'll just check it there. Okay. Now, as you can see, this is kind of fragmented, but all in all, they're unwrapped okay. They're just not added together, but it's a uniform texture. So I'm more concerned with the scaling. So I'm going to right click, go to UV, drag select that, and let's hit R. Oops, wrong handle. R, there we go. And that will kind of make our texture a bit smaller, which is okay. Then we're going to take this guy, object mode, right click, assign new material. We'll do a Lambert, checkered box, file, hit my folder, and I think I have, let's see, I thought I had a file for that. Just give me 1 second. Uh, just check, hang on. Let's check my folder here, and I should now have a whipped cream texture file. There we go. All right. Again, just check that. We'll do spherical mapping, and that looks okay, I think. And maybe what we can do here is on this guy, right-click object mode, just check that color setting on the blend. And all we'll do is just a slight hint of transparency because it's paper, right? Definitely not too much. Make sure that it's not shining through, okay? And what we'll do is we'll set up a quick scene to render this out, okay? So we're going to create a ground plane. Let's just say that this is a table, kitchen top or something like that, okay? So we'll make that nice and reflective, assign new material, Phong E. Let's make that, we'll make that white. Okay. Let's make sure a cupcake is sitting on our grid. Not quite. So we're just going to bring that down a little bit. There we go. We're going to go back to our bookmark. There we go. We're going to go to our render settings. It's down here, I think. No, not that one. That one, there we go. We're going to go to Mental Ray, and we are going to use an HDRI image for indirect lighting. Yeah, it's still lagging a bit. I had a couple of big projects open. Global illumination, yep. Final gathering. I want to have, the reason why I'm setting these up is I'm using an HDRI image for image-based lighting, and I want global illumination and final gathering to add to the light bounce of my textures and my floors and so on. So that's why I set those up. Okay. We're going to go to the quality tab. I'm going to increase my quality to about 1.5. I'm going to change my image size to HD 1080. Let's just check our HDRI image. Did I select that or not? No, I did not. There we go. Hit create. And let's look for a nice HDRI file to use. Let's see. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Maya. Right there. And here are my HDRI files. Okay. And we will do a studio. I'll do this one. Okay. And open. And we'll do an additional light source. So create lights. And we'll do a point light. I'm going to pull that up. Hit 7 on our keyboard to get some sense of what's going on with our lighting. Okay. And bring that in to about there. And I'm going to hit Control D to duplicate that. Bring that over here and a bit up. And then I'm going to create an ambient light. And that one we need to bring down in its intensity. As you can see, it's way too high. We're going to push that back and we're going to bring intensity down to 0.1. All right. Now, with renders, you never know how it's going to turn out. So I'm going to give this a quick try. Make sure we're at our bookmark. And just maybe see if we can... that's odd. Those surfaces are not gone. This is a bug. That's really weird. Okay, doesn't matter. Should be okay in our render. Okay, so I'm going to hit pause. See you guys in a sec. Well, guys, like I said, you never know what you're going to get when you are rendering, and I wasn't too pleased with the render. There's a little bit too much light going on, so we're just going to do some tweaks. So I'm going to take this point light right here, try to get it. Right click object mode. There we go. We're going to delete that one. We're going to right click face. We're going to select our ground plane and assign new material. We're going to go with the Phong E and we're going to make that black to get a bit more contrast. And we're going to take this guy, object mode, and we're going to give that a little bit different texture. So assign new material. Let's do a Lambert. Checkered box, file. And I have a file that I have called candy paper, something like that. Okay. And we are going to check out our UVs. So let's try automatic mapping. Let's see what that does. That looks horrible. So it makes more sense to do cylindrical mapping. Let's see if that works out for us. That's much, much better. Okay. Maybe we need to scale it, but I kind of like it this way. So we'll give that a go. So we're going to go to View, Bookmark New. There we are. Let's give this another try. Okay, see you guys in a sec. Right, guys, this is already a bit better. Not quite there yet, but we're getting there. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to, first of all, take our ground plane, right-click Object Mode, and let's make that a bit bigger so we don't see the edges. I'm just gonna go up and change my HDRI image because I think it's a bit dark, right? And it's kind of a friendly topic, if you will. So we're just gonna change this to something that's more bright. So we'll go with a let's see, a sunny sky. That would be okay. All right. And then next is our whipped cream is a little bit too straight, if you will. So we're going to switch to this view. We're going to hit F to zoom in. Oops. And we're going to click up here. We're going to hit 1 to go out of our smooth mode, if you will. And we're going to right click. We're going to go to vertex. We're going to take these. Okay. We're going to hit B to soft select. And we're just going to kind of hit W and we're kind of going to move this. And take that and move that as well. Just to get some kind of flow going on here. Okay. We just want it to look a little bit more natural. And this looks a bit clunky, but keep in mind that we're going to smooth it out. Maybe do that. And right click object mode, and we're going to hit 3 again to smooth it. And as you can see, that looks a bit better. Okay. So this should be our final render. Here we go. Gonna click render. See you guys in a sec. Well, guys, there you have it. There's our render, and I encourage you guys, as always, to completely make it your own. Come up with your own design. You know, add sprinkles to it, whatever you want. Hopefully, this tutorial is helpful as far as you know what kind of modeling techniques you can use. And well, that said, thank you guys for watching, and love to see you guys again. Bye.